Hey, I'm glad that we get to spend a little bit of time together. Good to see you again. Today, we're going to be talking about a very important topic, time management. Now, it's not always an exciting topic to talk about, but I think it's one of the most effective if we can really get good at this. And so, you're usually people who are new with us, they're transitioning from being an employee to being a business owner. And so, it comes with a different mindset. It comes with really being purposeful in the time that you're spending, especially if you're doing this thing part time and you want to transition into full time. So, what we've got to learn is where we can invest a small amount of time and get the biggest return. Just if, like we were talking about financially, wouldn't you want to know where you could put the least amount and get the biggest return on that? So, that's what we're going to work on with understanding time management. And so, there's three areas as you're new that we need to invest some time into, but I'm going to show you which ones are the most effective and which ones give you the biggest rate of return. So the first one is going to be field training. I'm going to do these in order as far as your biggest return. So field training is extremely important because what you're going to learn is all of the aspects of doing what we do. It's going to teach you about products. It's going to teach you about the languages we use, how to set an appointment, how to run an appointment, how to help somebody become a client, how to help somebody come into the business. You're going to learn everything you need to know for the rest of your career in number one. Now, number two is really meant to confirm what we're doing in the field, and that's going to be team trainings. Those are going to be our Tuesday nights at 7, our Saturdays at 10 a.m., and then our Mondays at 9:30. That's really going to help you confirm and learn more detail of what happened kind of in the field. Then our third one is going to be we obviously need to pass our exam with the state. Now, that exam with the state we have to have in place for us to really be able to do what we do. But what we can do is we can start investing time in those other two areas, especially in our field training, which is going to basically be our marketing. This is where we're going to get out and talk to people. We're going to tell them who we are, what we do, how we do it, and start generating referrals for you so that by the time you're licensed, you can make money very, very quickly. We have a gentleman who just got started with us. He'll make over 6 figures his first 4 or 5 months. He's only been in the business with us 3 months, and he's already got a beautiful agency set up, multiple offices, making great income because of how quickly he got those things done. Because here's what happened. He got started so quickly, everybody else that was looking at coming into his agency had such an incredible example of what to do that they just did the same thing that he did because they saw the level of success that was happening. Versus what I've seen sometimes people do is they just want to focus maybe on number 3 on their exam. They go, well, maybe when I have more information and I pass my exam, I can show people that I have a license and now they're going to want to do some business with me. That's not true at all. We've got a beautiful system where we can take a field trainer to go out with you who has the words of the business, they have the experience, they bring you all the credibility. You just need to bring the trust. You just need to be able to help open up that door because it makes no sense for us to talk to them without you, and it makes no sense for you to talk to them without us because you don't have the words and the experience yet. So that combination really allows somebody to build an agency very, very quickly because they can learn all of those things in the field. And what it's going to do is it's going to teach you about the things that are going to be on the license. You're going to understand products. You're going to understand services. You're going to understand the laws behind a lot of things and why we use what we use, which will also help you on the test. So spending 1 hour in the field is going to be like spending 10 hours between being in the field, getting in the field training, and studying for your exam. Whereas if you spend an hour studying for your exam, it doesn't build any of those other areas. So it's kind of, not that it's a waste of time, but it doesn't have the compounding effect that it does actually getting into the field. And so we've got to start thinking about this thing as a business owner instead of an employee. So a lot of times as an employee, don't lie, I was there. I was a mechanical engineer. I worked for the county. When I was doing that, there were days where I was maybe having an off day and I tried to do as little as possible. You can agree with me. You've done the same thing, right? Well, if you do that as a business owner, if you don't run the business the same way, well, you don't have the same results where as an employee, it doesn't matter. You're paid the same either way. Whereas as a business owner, you're paid as results. You're paid by where I can invest my time and get the biggest reward from. So that's why I want to make sure you're very specific and you understand why this is important because you're creating your legacy. You're creating your story for everybody that comes into the business after you, for every agency that you help start open, for every agent that comes on board. You get to tell them your story of how quickly you did it or the things that happened given to you. So it either took you 6 months to get licensed, or it took you 6 months to make 6 figures and have multiple office and locations. That's up to you. We'll move at whatever that pace is for you, but I would challenge you, you could probably move faster than you're moving right now. And if you think about it from this perspective, if you think about a rental car, right? Have you ever taken a rental car in to get a detail? No. Why? Because we don't own it. We only really take care of things that we own. We only really invest into things that we own. And so now you own this. So I challenge you to invest in it as if it was your own vehicle versus a rental car.